So I'm literally in the middle of filming my booth tour, and then George from Coral Fish 12G just walked by. Okay, time for another Interzoo video. We are currently at the booth of Dennerle plants. I have to say that this one is probably my favorite. And I'm not saying that because it has two of my own scapes. Just the quality of the scapes here are just really, really high. And the tanks look really, really good. So let me give you guys a bit of a tour. Okay, for this tour I'm actually going to do a voiceover because they're a bit too noisy in my opinion. So the Dennerle plants booth was definitely my favorite together with the Tropica booth. The quality of the display tanks was just on a whole new level. Super healthy plants, no algae inside. So yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time on this booth. On the booth were 8 display tanks, 5 big tanks, and I think they were 19 centimeters, and also 3 nano tanks. Some of these I've already shown in my compilation video with the 10 best aquascapes of Interzoo, but let's go over every single tank in a bit more detail, starting with the 3 big tanks in front. The first one is a beautiful aquascape with dragonstones, different types of rotala in the back, and a large school of cardinal tetras. The aquascape was made by a very talented German aquascaper, and I'll leave his Instagram in the video description. Then the second big tank. This one was made by Stefan Hammel, who actually works for Dennerle Plants. His nickname is the Planter Hunter because he traveled the world to discover new types of plants, and this tank is inspired by one of his many trips.
This is a tank that we had stay under the name living. This means we create a tank for the animals like the fish, and our idea was to have a habitat from our Planter Hunter tours. This is an impression of the Rio da Prata in Brazil, and it's an amazing river with very clear water, one of the clearest water in the world. And in this river grows Hederanthera in the background, and in nature the river is full of this plant for kilometers with big stones and very impressive. Many roots and big woods are lying in the river with sand, and also Helantium bolivianum. Bolivianum is very near, Bolivian is very near in the border of this part of Brazil. And yeah, when I see this tank, it was amazing, and remembering from my Planter Hunter tour. Originally in this river are so many big fishes. Not so small one, but Monkhausia also on this river. So it's a real biotope habitat from Brazil. Very easy to, it's not so many plants, but it's typical for the most habitats. If you see another tank like the home tank, it's very nice, but you cannot find this in nature.
And the shells, do you also find?
Yes, this is funny. Many people say, "Oh, this looks not real," but I bring these shells for myself. 2010, and I have much more shells, bigger ones, but it's from this river.
You found them there?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Then big tank number 3. This one is probably my favorite from the entire Interzoo. It's just so lush and colorful, and I love the Liliopsis carpet in here. And in this tank they were featuring 3 new plants, the Anubias Nana Kerin and the Kerin Mini. So this is a new type of Anubias with really interesting leaves. And the other new plant is this one. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it, I'll put the name on the screen. And not to forget, this tank was made by a very talented aquascaper from Austria, and I'll leave his Instagram in the description as well. Then we have two more big tanks. The first one shows all the plant decor that Dennerle Plants has in their assortment. So these are all small pieces of hardscape with plants attached to them and just presented in a very nice way. The other one is almost like a Dutch style tank, and here they showcased a large variety of their potted plants. And because the Interzoo is a trade show, a lot of visitors are pet shop owners, so this was also a way to show them how they can display the plants in their store. So that were all the 5 big tanks. Now let's check out the nanos. The first one is a 35 liter tank, and this one was made by the same guy who also scaped the first big tank that I showed you. But the big tank was scaped at the Dennerle greenhouse and maintained there. I think this one was scaped at home and then brought here. And yeah, just amazing layout. This could go straight to a competition and rank very high there. Beautiful aquascape. And then lastly we have a 35 liter and a 55 liter tank, which were both scaped by me. So earlier this year I traveled to Germany to the Dennerle greenhouse, scaped these 2 tanks, and now a few months later I get to see them again here at Interzoo. I have step-by-step videos from both tanks, so if you want to see how these were made, I'll leave links to that in the description.